Sometimes 21 Pilots will give us hints about the Dima storyline. These could be little sprinkles of information to, here's a huge boulder of information, and they will do this throughout whatever platform they want. Whether it be through interviews, through fan questions, through their own music, through music videos, to behind the scenes of these music videos, to award shows. That's where we heard about Dima for the first time, on their own websites, throughout the concerts, as well as through merchandise. And roughly 2 weeks ago, 21 Pilots dropped some new merch. Not on their regular 21 Pilots store, but on a store they also use called NED Bayou, which is ran by Warner Media, the parent company of Fueled by Ramen, which 21 Pilots is signed to. And one of the biggest things about this merch drop was a 2-foot NED plush that cost $65 and sold out on the first day. No thank you, I'm good. But the more interesting thing is they also dropped shirts that included the tagline, "Ned will show us the way." And that was actually the whole tagline for the entire merch drop. Ned will show us the way. Which, if you think about the outside music video, yeah, Ned did kind of show Tyler the way. Ned was like, hey, come into our home, have dinner with us. Hey, Tyler, use my horns so you can go into Dima, morph into someone else, into this empty bishop vessel, and destroy Dima from the inside as Josh was just drumming on the islands. So I thought about this for a while, and my little theory brain got on its hamster wheel and started running, and I just thought, what if Ned is the actual leader of the Banditos? Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, I hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day's going well, and hope it continues to go well. Here is a 21 Pilot theory homebrew. Let's get right into it. So in order for this theory to make sense, Ned needs motivation. Ned needs a reason to hate Dima, wanting to overthrow them, wanting to abolish vialism and get rid of the bishops. And honestly, I really can't think of anything. It's not like the bishops are hunting down the Ned species to use their horns for evil, nefarious purposes, such as controlling these dead, soulless bodies that is including but not limited to animals, people, and sea serpents / dragons. Oh yeah, that's right. They are. And we've seen the bishops do this several times, such as Dan Sally at the live stream experience, Trash the Dragon on the Scale Nicely album cover, as well as in the Saturday music video in sea serpent form, and also through the Trench album cover as the Vulture, because this makes sense. We see when you arrive, we got surveillance on the outside, we can control these dead birds and find out where the Banditos, specifically Tyler, are. So I don't know about you, but if I was Ned, I would be pretty upset that the bishops are hunting down my species to use it for some evil, nefarious purposes, such as all of that stuff. So sick and tired of being hunted, the Ned species flees the main continent of Trench and wherever they are around the globe. And they go to the Island of Violence. They go to Voldsoy and make it very scary looking that would deter bishops from looking for them. And so much so that no one has gone to there in years. But yet Neds can still start a revolution within Dima by placing in these thoughts of wanting to overthrow Dima. How, you ask? The horns on their head. So that would be Ned's motivation. But now we need to find a way to connect all of these pieces in this theory. So Clancy's journals to Voldsoy to Dima to the Chlorine music video. How does this go together? Well, here is my little theory. So firstly, I believe that Chlorine is a prequel. It takes place before the entirety of the Trench trilogy. It takes place before Heavy Dirty Soul. It takes place before all of Clancy's journals. My main reasoning is that in the Chlorine music video, we are nowhere close to Dima. We are in a very warm environment where there are swimming pools, where there are trees, there are lots of houses, as well as roads and sunny skies. You can't point to anywhere on the continental trench map and saying, ah yes, chlorine takes place there. It doesn't. It doesn't take place anywhere unless it's post-apocalyptic. And so Ned, Tyler, and Josh are in this area. And I believe the very end of the music video is when the bishops come to start hunting for Ned. That's why it gets all gray, gets all dreary at the very end. Then afterward, everything with Trench takes place. To back up this information, I quote one of Clancy's journals, specifically 01707 Moon 07, where Clancy is talking about this idea of home and what he has heard of home from the storytellers. And I quote, "I've heard stories about the idea of home, and it's depicted as always seemed warm from the storyteller's description. There was a romantic ownership of the place they inhabited that I admired, but could never relate to. This place, my place, however, seemed devoid of the romance and wonder the old stories tell." So, it is a warm environment from what the storytellers are saying. Very warm, so much so that you could possibly, oh I don't know, go swimming under some nice blue skies. We know Dima is gray. It's very dreary. We see this in the Nico and the Niners music video as they pan over Dima. We see that it's very cold and snowy through the Saturday music video, as well as on the island of Volsoy where there is snow, and we're on the icy tour. It is super cold and super snowy in Dima. A huge contrast to what the storytellers are saying. So now we got the prelude out of the way, let's talk about the formation of the Banditos. If we are going off the chlorine was a prequel, then we know that by the time we get Clancy's first journal, Ned's been in hiding for at least 9 years. We got the first Clancy journal back in 2018. The very first sentence of that journal is, "The perplexities of the Dima horizon didn't occur to me until my 9th year." 9 years ago from 2018 was 2009, which was the year 21 pilots were formed. So Ned has been hiding for at least 9 years. Tyler and Josh have been in Dima for 9 years. We can go into the fact that Chris and Nick were the original members and Josh came in 2 years later, but that's all technicalities. We're only talking about Ned. Ned has been on the run on the continental trench as the bishop's trying to get these horns off of the species of Ned. Of course, we know there are more of these Ned individuals out there, so they all end up on the island of Volksoy, the island of violence, where they are safe, because no one goes to the island of violence unless, you know, they get shipwrecked on there. So, there's a couple ways that I think Ned could have formed the Banditos, such as Ned getting feelers on the inside, planting seeds on the inside Dima through the horns themselves, because I mean, we've seen other people use the horns, we've seen bishops use them, we've seen Tyler use them. Who's to say that the Ned species can't use them? I'm guessing that the horns have to be off the body for them to be put to use, which is why I think we got this creepy visual in the outside where it is a skull with the Ned horns. So I think that's saying that the horns have to be off for this this morphing to work. So Ned could have used them and put feelers on the inside, show people how to get out of Dima, and more important, more people would get out and form the Banditos, or start spreading stories, reminding them of this old idea of home, back where it was warm, where the chlorine music video takes place, where the storytellers were telling Clancy, telling anyone who would listen. And maybe along this process, find Josh and saying, hey, you know what? You're gonna be my number 2 in this operation, because Josh has good morals, and Josh is the torchbearer within the Dima storyline. So we know that if anything, if Ned is the leader, then Josh is the person that is going to report to Ned to carry out Ned's plans from this island of Volksoy. Ned would communicate throughout these vessels that Ned would control with the horns. An alternate explanation how the Banditos were formed could be through another Ned, through previous generations, because we know people arrive in Dima. Maybe by the time Ned showed up, the Banditos were already formed, because I mean, it's the Ned species versus the Vialism. So this revolution could have already been started, and Ned just took control or is helping out along the way and said, hey, I know a guy who can help, and that's how Josh comes about. Because I mean, Josh was helping Ned throughout the entire Chlorine music video, almost like a training camp sort of thing, while Tyler was just kind of singing, making music. And now stretch this theory out even more, even though this theory is already pretty stretched. What if Ned was somehow working with one of the bishops to overthrow Dima, such as Keon's? The very popular theory that Keon's was the turncoat bishop, which is why Keon's was murdered to death in the Outside music video to save Tyler and Josh. That is a very popular theory that some people believe. Some people, of course, don't believe it. But what if Ned and Keon's were communicating and the Banditos were a joint effort, much like Tyler and Josh are? I don't know, just another idea to throw into the hat. But that is all I have, mainly because I'm super tired. I've been up since 5 a.m. and it is now currently 12:30 at night. So I'm going to edit all this and go to bed. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you have any theories, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section. Come up with a theory thread on the Twitter machine. Go ahead and tag me. Don't DM, because I am bad at responding to those. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow with something I do not know yet. And I think I'm going to give you guys an updated Clancy Journal reading on Wednesday. And Justin for Cyban returns on Thursday, because I get to play guitar on the channel. The whole reason behind that series. But anyway, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye. And good night, more importantly, have a good day. And I'll see you later.